Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. This is Nabil Tarakhan from the Universal School, the teacher of English language for grade 9. How are you, class? Honestly, I missed you all. I know that the whole globe is getting through at very critical times these days. Very, very hard times. But all we have to do is to resume our teaching process, whatever the consequences are and whatever the circumstances are. So we have to start now our lessons, to resume from the moment we stop in class. We're gonna talk about reading, we're gonna talk about grammar, and we're gonna talk about writing also, the writing skills, and we are going to cover all the lessons that have been missed. In fact, during the past 2 weeks. Well, let's start talking about the first point, which is the vocabulary. In fact, I think you remember the last time in class we talked about The Dead Men Don't Bite. That was the title of our reading text by Stacy Schiff. Of course, it was about Cleopatra, and I'm sure that you still remember that I asked you a lot of questions about Cleopatra and who was Cleopatra, what happened with Cleopatra during her reign of Egypt, and we talked about her rival, and you still remember that her rival was her brother, Ptolemy. I'm going to do my best to summarize the basic points about this story in just 1 minute to let you remember the topic before we start talking about the vocabulary. Okay. I don't know, maybe you remember when we talked about Alexander the Great when he died in 323 BC. His empire was divided, as you know. The Ptolemy, her brother, took control of Egypt, where his family ruled for 300 years. The last Ptolemy ruler was Cleopatra. In 51 BC, she began ruling with her brother, Ptolemy the 13th, who soon tried to kill her. At the same time, another struggle for power was happening in Rome between Julius Caesar and his rival Gnaeus Pompey. Pompey was afraid of Caesar becoming too powerful, so Pompey had the Senate order Caesar to disband his army. Caesar refused and marched to Rome in 49 BC, right? The following year, Caesar defeated Pompey. Pompey went to Egypt, hoping to hide there. Meanwhile, the conflict between Cleopatra and her brother continued. Both Ptolemy and Cleopatra hoped to gain Caesar's support as an ally. So, this is a very brief summary about what happened in Egypt after the death of Alexander the Great, and you know that Alexander the Great was one of the greatest Roman emperors ever. So, after I advise you to read again the text. It's gonna take maybe let's say 20 minutes. Okay, just read the text again and try to find the difficult words which are, I think, bolded in black. Here, the words are indomitable, estranged, formidable, incumbent, and dubious. The word estranged means no longer close or friendly. Example, the estranged friends fixed their problems and became closer than ever before. Another word, indomitable. Indomitable means unable to be defeated. Our army is indomitable. Nobody can defeat it. It's very strong. Formidable. What's the meaning of the word formidable? Formidable means intimidating and large in size. For example, Cleopatra formed a formidable army. And really she did. Another word is incumbent. Incumbent. Incumbent means required as a duty. Required as a duty. It is incumbent by the surgeon to perform the operation at this moment. Dubious. Dubious. What does it mean? What does the word dubious mean? It means uncertain or questionable. Sorry. He is still dubious about buying a car. He doesn't know whether he will buy a car or not. He is still dubious, skeptic about this point. Now, after studying the meaning of those words, I guess you have to refer to the text and find them in the text and the way they appeared in the text and the way the author used them in this text. Okay, what is an antonym? It's also important to know the meaning of the word antonym. Do you know it? I'm sure you know. I'm sure you know the meaning of antonym. Antonym. That's right. That's right. That's right. It is. It is a word with an opposite meaning. Correct. Good job. So I'm gonna give you some words here, and you're gonna tell me the antonym of them. Since you know the meaning of indomitable, I want you to guess the meaning of, the opposite of the indomitable. The opposite is beatable. Right. Formidable, very weak. Astutely, unwisely. Retaliated, forgave. Important, unimportant. These are the words that makes the antonym of the basic words. Try to memorize them because they are very important.